Hello everybody. I've had a lot of interesting conversations with people on YouTube and Twitter and Tumblr and WordPress and other venues of social media. I must say how amused I get, seriously, at how angry people are. I had a video recently about the Times Magazine article on breastfeeding a 3-year-old. The conversation came out of a discussion I had with a few other breastfeeding mother friends of mine. They all felt very strongly against public breastfeeding themselves because they didn't like oglers and onlookers and people making comments. They just felt like they wanted to cherish that time between them and their child. I felt it was good, newsworthy items. I mean, because of the day, because of the times everyone was talking about it. So then I had a lot of people who were like a lot of mothers who were trying to put me in my place, which I was mainly just amused by how angry people got about breastfeeding. Do I want to see it in public? No. But would I go up to a breastfeeding mother and tell her to put that away because I'm a nipple phobe? Yes, I was called a nipple phobe. I don't want to see it, but I'm not gonna like try and pass a law against it or anything, you know. It's just me commenting, you know. Anytime someone says something to me, I'm gonna comment back, of course, because that's just my nature. And when I posted to Tumblr, it posted to Twitter, and someone asked me a question about breastfeeding, or made a comment, and it showed up on my Twitter. And it started with, I agree, that's what the covers are for. And some lady on Twitter, instead of reading what was said, because that wasn't even what I said, that was what someone else said, she replied back to me and said, "Would you eat under a blanket?" I didn't even bother replying back to her. I went to look at her Twitter profile page. As it turns out, she labels herself a breastfeeding activist. Of all things, topics, issues in the entire world, breastfeeding? I mean, seriously, it's not illegal to breastfeed. It's not illegal to breastfeed in public. It's not illegal to breastfeed your 5-year-old. What are you exactly being an activist for? To me, these people are amusing at it. They're not hard to find on Twitter. You type in breastfeeding and, this one particular female spends most of her day on Twitter searching specifically for anyone who mentions breastfeeding and attacks them if they say something negative about it. You can go to her page, and every single post just about her attacking someone for their opinions on breastfeeding. Yelling at people and attacking people for their opinions on something that's so insignificant as breastfeeding, to me, is just, it's ridiculous. You want people to be okay with it and aware of it, but you're not going to change people's minds by insulting them. There was a trend going on Twitter called, "You know your ghetto when?" And one person was, "You know your ghetto when you're breastfeeding your baby at a graduation ceremony." She replied back, "Of course, anytime your baby's hungry, you should drop everything you're doing and feed them right there, no matter what the scenario is, no matter what the situation is. What is wrong with you?" That's not going to get my attention. If it were illegal, if there was a huge problem with it, if women were getting beaten in the streets because they were breastfeeding their child in public, then okay, yeah, we need activists to stop that. That's unnecessary. Now, I'm probably going to get comments from some of these breastfeeding activists telling me There's so much to be worried about. Breastfeeding needs to be fought for. If you made it this far and you're gonna leave me some terrible, awful comment about how wrong I am, you can save your typing now. Really don't care. There's nothing that you could say to me short of showing me some research study that is going to make me believe that it's necessary to yell at people for a difference of opinion. I feel sorry for you if your life consists of being pissed off at people for their own opinions. What do you think? Do you think that we need breastfeeding activists? I would love to hear everyone's opinion on this, because I'm just amused.